Welcome to Buckle Up with the Boys with your host, Drew Bille, and co-hosts Eric Matheson and Josh Mitchell. It's going to be a hell of a ride, so subscribe down below to stay up to date with all things Buckle Up with the Boys.
What's going on, my beautiful people? We have Eric Matheson and Josh Mitchell here. Another beautiful episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. How we doing, fellas?
How the heck are you? It's been a while.
It's been a while since we had the full staff here.
Yeah, I got the squad back together, huh?
Yes. But no, we got a lot of things to touch on here tonight, boys. A lot of news going on in NFL, MLB, and NBA. But I guess first things first here, Eric, we'll touch on your Raiders here, what the hell they're doing in the free agency here. And then the draft. And then, we'll touch on some of the Steelers conversation as well. But guys, what the hell is it going to take for the Packers to get rid of Aaron Rodgers?
They're asking for way too much. Just get rid of the guy. Not get rid of the guy, because get rid of the guy's the wrong term. Like, yeah, you had a good run. If you keep him, he's not going to play, so you're just wasting a roster spot. Now it's time to see what Jordan Love can do. Just take whatever you can get and get the hell out of there. Just part ways. Right. Just move on, in my opinion.
Right.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious if he doesn't end up going to the Jets. Like, everyone's saying it's a done deal. The Jets are telling everyone it's a done deal. They're, signing people to, help him out on the offensive side of the ball, and the deal's not really done yet. I mean, I think it'll eventually happen. It'll probably happen around the draft. Maybe another late pick gets thrown in or whatever the case may be. But if that fell through for some reason, that just make my day. I just absolutely love it.
If it falls through, that's a typical Jets fucking move, if you ask me.
Right. Right. And I guess also just to piggyback that, there's no fucking weapons they have. I guess that would – I mean, they were going to go for Odell, signs with the Ravens.
The Jets got a ton of weapons, man. They just got him. They just got Lazard. They got Olave. They got he's not healthy yet, but when he gets back, he was dominant when he was healthy. Was Breece Hall?
Okay, well, yeah.
Michael Carter's still their backup. Like they have weapons. O-line's not terrible. It's not what Rodgers is used to, but He's got more weapons. I think he potentially could have more weapons in New York if he goes there this coming season than he did last year with
For sure. I mean, they got Garrett Wilson too. I mean, they're well put together. It's the Jets. You just never trust. I personally don't ever trust them. But I mean, they got a good defense too. Like that's why I don't want them to go there. I think they're going to be pretty dang good. Thankfully they got to play the Bills and the Dolphins will probably be pretty good again this year. So hopefully they beat each other up a little bit and let the Raiders and Steelers kind of fight for a wild card spot more than likely.
That would be
wonderful. That's why I'm saying just keep them in the NFC. Get them, if they got Garrett Wilson or whoever else wants to try and play quarterback for them, they're not going to make any noise really. But if they got Aaron Rodgers, then it's a little bit different story.
Right. No, I agree with both your takes there. I guess, they got to make a decision here because the draft's coming up. So we'll see what the hell the Green Bay Packers do. Moving on to some sad news here, though, fellas. We got on the script here. Dwayne Haskins' family is claiming that he was drugged and robbed. What do you think about what the hell? I just remember it's a year anniversary. That's what's kind of weird. It took him a year to realize, holy shit. This all went down because I thought he was just hit by like a garbage truck.
Wasn't that the original story?
Right.
Yeah.
So he was out on 95 down here, and obviously everyone was kind of wondering like, what the hell are you doing out? Like nobody would be walking on 95 ever. Like it's like the most dangerous place to ever be. There's no reason to be out there. So kind of makes sense that something else was going on.
100%. Yeah.
There's no reason to be out there, but it's super sad. I mean, people, they'll do anything for a little bit of money or, whatever the case may be. I don't know, obviously know who he was hanging around with, but, if there's drugs in the system and you see it a lot, I mean, even anywhere, but, like guys trying to drug girls too, like at bars or clubs or something like that. And shit is sad. And I just don't understand how anyone could get themselves to do something like that to another human being. And whoever did that, and I don't know if they got caught or they know who it is or whatever the case may be, to be honest, but hopefully they go to jail for a long time.
Who's the lawsuit filed against, Drew?
Well, it looks like they're going after against several people, a business in the state of Florida. I guess how they handled the investigation. I guess they're going after the driver and the owner of the dump truck. So, I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going to come out of it. I mean, it's just, I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth, and hopefully the family gets what the family deserves, because this whole thing. I just remember they were down there for training, and Mitchell Trubisky took all of them down there, and all of a sudden, hey, we got a dead Steeler. What the hell happened? You know what I mean? He's 24 years old. He loses his life. I mean, it's something. But
it's just that they waited a year to come out with the lawsuit. Like if they want to claim drugs and whatever was, hypothetically in his system or whatever it is, like you should know right away. There shouldn't be a delay. So it's just
I'm sure there's a lot of gathering facts and gathering information so that their case was completely, done deal once they did it. So I'm sure they obviously have known that for a long time, and they probably were trying to gather as much information as they could so they could make the strongest case possible, would be my guess. But regardless, I mean, it's just a super sad situation. A young kid like that who, has upside, and it doesn't even matter that he's a football player, but just happens in general to anybody, especially somebody who, was in the, Pittsburgh organization and things like that.
Yeah. But moving on to some other things here, fellas. So how do we feel about Odell Beckham getting signed by the Baltimore Ravens? I just want to hear your guys' take. They pay him $18 million for a year. But you won't pay Lamar. That's kind of wild.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, you don't want to pay Lamar all that money, which I kind of understand. I mean, I'm not a huge Lamar guy. Like I think that there's different options that you could potentially go with, but I mean, if you're not gonna pay him, why would you pay Odell $18 million a year, who's just came off multiple injuries? He didn't play at all last year. Like, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's that number one receiver, or maybe even a two. Like he was good in the Super Bowl before he got injured, so we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll shock a lot of people, but. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a last-ditch effort. Like, hey, Lamar, stick around with us, because it doesn't sound like he's happy there. I mean, he demanded a trade, which ultimately I think he'll end up going back and signing there, but we'll have to see.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, let's also not forget Lamar Jackson's also not Matthew Stafford. So he had a good time. He had a good run in the Super Bowl, had a great Super Bowl for the fact that Matt Stafford is a quarterback.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, he plays the position, but he's an athlete. So, and Odell, he's shifty. He used to be shifty. Used to be very explosive. He was a downfield guy, and Lamar doesn't throw the ball downfield. That offense isn't tailored to throw the ball downfield. It's an offense tailored directly to Lamar. So if he doesn't go there, I mean, the Ravens are screwed, in my opinion. They got to find somebody that's going to fit that, and I don't think that Anthony Richardson is their savior there.
No. And I mean, basically all they've been thrown to, I think I don't know if he was their top receiver or not, but their tight end, Mark Andrews, I think carried most of the yards.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, it's just dunk and dive. I mean, that's all they really did all last. I mean, granted, Lamar went down, but before that, that's all they did. But I guess other news too that I really want to see your guys' take on this. So Carson Palmer goes ahead and says, Joe Burrow is better. Basically, Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes. How do we?
Well, I don't think it's that far-fetched. I mean, if I had to take one guy for a game, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes. But I don't think he's very far behind. I think he's very, very close, to be honest.
Right.
Like if I'm listing out quarterbacks that I want to start a season with, or a guy for one game,
Mhm.
I think he probably is number 2. Like, I'm trying to think of somebody else that I would rather have at this point in their career.
Kenny Pickett.
Over well, a couple more years.
I would even hesitate to take. I think Joe Burrow might be 3, boys. I'm taking Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's up there too. Like, to me, those 3 guys are. I don't think you can really argue. I don't know. Maybe you can, but those 3 guys to me are the best 3 quarterbacks in the league, and I think they're all very. The margins between each 3, it's not much. So, I don't know. I don't think it's that far fetched. Obviously, he's an old Cincinnati guy, so he's going to rock with his boy. But
right.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
But I guess the quote, just to quote him here, it's from the QB Room podcast, just so we fucking don't get any copyright issues here. He's saying he's more consistent, he's more accountable to run the system and play that's called, and not feel like, well, he didn't win last time and get open for me, so I'm going to do it with my feet. So basically, I don't know. I don't really agree with that quote, because Patrick Mahomes, I think his rushing yards were down last year compared to other seasons. I think he was slinging the ball more than rushing it, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the Chiefs also ran the ball in general a little bit.
Right.
They had a backfield by committee, and actually the committee was pretty solid.
Right.
But I get what he's saying by run the play and not saying kind of like, fuck it, I'm going to take off. You can see it from both ends. Mahomes is an improviser. He might be the most talented and might go down as the best quarterback to ever do it.
Right.
Joe Burrow's pretty – and he takes a lot of risks. We'll put it that way. Mahomes does.
Yes, he does. Joe's
pretty safe with it. Granted, he's got 3 stud receivers and a great receiving running back. He's also got a shitty offensive line. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
but
correct.
I think he's pretty I'm going to stay with the play at this call. I'm going to stay with this. If something's not there, I'm going to throw it away and live to see another down. Where Mahomes will extend it, whether he forces something, gets lucky, or sometimes he throws a pick, whatever it may be. But, like, I can see what he's trying to say there. It might come off as kind of like, kind of like a slap on the back to Mahomes, a slap across the face to Mahomes, but it's really not. It's just he's taking him because he plays it safe and makes the correct read.
Right. Rank those 3, DB. Rank those 3.
Those 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah. So
I would say, get further down here. I really think if Josh Allen actually had a running game, not him actually being the running game, I think he'd be number 1.
You mean you don't like 6'5", 260 coming at you?
He is the running game.
He is the running game. But I'd say Patrick, Josh Allen, and then Burrow. I think Josh Allen's better. I just don't think he's had the opportunity to fucking have a run game. I mean, it's just so many fucking bonehead plays they've done up there. Or here. Yeah. I mean, it's just idiotic. I mean, you know what I mean? And we touch on it further down here. But I got to say this, and if people want to look up his highlights from last season, there are some passes that Patrick Mahomes did that should not have fucking worked. Throwing it over his goddamn shoulder, flick it. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's backyard football.
That's where Carson's coming from. Like, you right. Don't do that.
Right.
That's the most frustrating part, though. Like, when you're playing against a guy like that, you're like, oh, we got him in the pocket, or he's scrambling, you got him kind of trapped a little bit. Right. And he does some bullshit like that and throws a touchdown pass. You're just like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
well, I don't want to make the comparison because I'm trying not to push as much, but he kind of reminds me of a young Big Ben in a way. He does. Josh,
Ben did extend a lot of. Also, Ben wasn't as mobile. He extended him, right, but he wasn't taking off down the field.
Right.
The disrespect.
He was going to extend. I mean, Ben's every bit of 6'7", 250. Like,
right.
He's not the most mobile. He's hard to tackle.
So
right. If you can buy an extra 2-3 seconds and find, what it used to be, find an AB or find a Heath Miller across the middle, like, it worked.
Right.
He wasn't throwing, fucking bounce passes behind the line. But so
I appreciate your guys' love for the Steelers, but come on now. Don't be putting Big Ben and Patrick Mahomes in the same breath.
I'm just
saying there's similarities when it comes to extending plays.
Eric, I just want you to know Big Ben is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Statistically speaking, yes.
That's just simply not true.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to take away 2 more minutes of this episode just bitching about it. But
you don't actually believe that, though, do you?
Yeah, I full-heartedly do.
You think Big Ben is better than Patrick Mahomes?
I would love down at the comments. This is a great segment right here. Down at the comments, rate who you think you would rather take if you're building the team, Big Ben in his prime or Patrick Mahomes. Eric,
You guys are delusional.
I don't know what you want from me. Okay, we're just going to move on here. We're just going to move on. Okay, so
I don't know what you want from me.
Bryce Young, went on a top 30 visit, and he ended up down there in Carolina. So what do we think of? Do you see Bryce Young going to Carolina here? Ian Rappaport reported this. What do you think about this?
Yeah. As much as I want to see C.J. Stroud go first overall, because I think C.J. Stroud is a better quarterback all around. You can't discredit what Bryce Young did. By the way, I have Mel Kiper's big board right here. But I'm staring. I got some shit we're going to talk about. But you can't discredit what Bryce Young did at Alabama. There was a reason he was at Alabama. Last year, he didn't have the weapons that he had in the years prior, and he still made do. Granted, they didn't get what Saban wanted, which was that national championship. I still thought Bryce Young had a great season, put up great numbers. I think he goes 1-1, and C.J. Stroud goes 2 to the Texans.
Eric, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with Josh in the aspect, like, there's no denying what he did last year and how good he was. Okay. I would just be super, super concerned with his size. Like, he's not a big boy. Like, they were saying that next year, like, at playing weight, he'll be around like 185, 190. Yeah. I mean, dude, you got 350-pound lineman jumping on you. Right. I think it's going to be.
But the thing is, they can't really do that anymore. They can't. So
they can. If it happens one time, you're at like. I would be concerned. And
I think this game is tailored. I think this game is changing and it's getting tailored to the faster, smaller, mobile quarterbacks. Like don't get Patrick Mahomes is every bit of 6'4", 230. Joe Burrow is not small. Josh Allen's a fucking alien. Like, these three guys are freaks of nature. Everybody else in the league, like, 6 foot, 6'2", but they're all mobile. You don't see any guys that are statues anymore.
And none of them are as good as those three. And they can't stay healthy. Like, I mean, even
well, those three are the outliers, though. You put those three on a pedestal, and you go for the next 27 teams or however many the rest are there.
Well, that's like, what's his name from Kentucky? I'm not saying to take him number 1 overall.
Oh, okay.
Will Levis. I don't think Will Levis goes in the first round, in my opinion. I really don't.
Oh, he's gonna go top. He's gonna go top 7. Easily.
Great conversation here.
I don't think so, man. He ain't got it. He's got the attributes. He's what we call here in he's a showcase player. He's gonna go to the combine, go to his pro day. He's gonna let out this big ass arm, run a fast 40, and then not do shit. I mean, granted, he was at Memphis, Kentucky. Granted, not exactly a powerhouse. Mm-hmm. But like, when you have the only thing that I have against him is when he had chances to go down and win games, he turned it over. He threw ugly ass picks. He had a chance to beat Georgia twice and threw 2 picks that weren't. They looked like him and his receiver were on the fucking opposite sides of the world.
As far as body structure goes, he is what every NFL coach would want to a T. Like, he's big, strong, mobile, can whip the ball. Like, he did struggle a little bit last year, and 2 years ago, whatever year that was, his junior year, sophomore year, whatever it was, he was very, very good. But to say that he's not going to go in the first round, I think it's a little bit of a reach. But I
think him and Anthony Richardson both are project quarterbacks. If they go in the first round, it's got to be to the right fit. It's got to be to the right place, and you're going to sit for a year or two. Richardson.
I think you'll see both those guys go top 10. Both those guys are like kind of like you said, they are projects, but I think both of them have very, very high upside. So someone will take a risk on them, I think, at some point. But
if Will Levis goes to the Indianapolis Colts, which Kiper has here, his career is over after the second year. Oh, I think that Indianapolis Colts team is awful. Downright.
I'm going to quote
the quarterback a little bit, but
quarterback away. Here we fucking go.
We're a quarterback away, and we signed 48-year-old Matt Ryan who can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Come on.
Yeah, they signed him, and they're still a quarterback away.
They signed him. They're 3 quarterbacks away now.
Well, ever since they lost Andrew Luck, they just
this is what other people are saying too. Will Levis is that. If you want to they're trying to chase that last Andrew Luck. Exactly. That guy was a freak.
Yeah.
Will Levis fits that mold. Big arm, mobile, just a big dude.
Big son bitch. Mm-hmm.
He's nowhere close. He went to fucking Kentucky. He didn't go to Stanford. He can't read a defense.
No.
Andrew Luck's too damn smart to be in the NFL.
Right.
And people get better, and he also, I mean, that's still SEC football. He played against some serious talent. I mean, you said he almost beat Georgia twice. So I don't know.
Kentucky
I
also
think
sucks, though.
You're going to see 5 quarterbacks go very, very early. Like, it could be some sort of a record-breaking first round.
Who's the fifth? Who's the fifth? I want to hear the fifth one here.
So you have C.J. Stroud,
right? Bryce,
Levis,
Will,
Richardson,
Anthony Richardson. Who's the fifth?
And Hooker. What's his name from Tennessee? I think.
Oh, you think he goes in the first round?
I think we'll see. I mean,
yeah.
People reach for quarterbacks. People always reach. Like,
yeah, and that's the problem.
They're always trying to find that next guy to lead their team because, in my opinion, that's the most important position in all of sports. Like, most of the time, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to be good. Like, that's normally how it goes.
Look at the Jets. They had the Cougar Hunter over there, and they averaged 2.7 yards in the second half, 2.7 inches in the second half, and still couldn't,
Tough to win games when you only get 2 inches a half. I mean,
2 inches of play. But I liked Eric. I forgot about Hooker just for this fact that, like, I saw something the other day. He threw 60 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in his time at Tennessee. Granted, they run a very intriguing offense that, like, is not running the NFL, but, like, he doesn't turn the ball over. Like, who the fuck does that? 5 interceptions in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
I think there's a lot of good talent this year. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think, and we'll get into it. I think that'll potentially determine where my Raiders go too, but we can get into that later.
Wait, isn't Hooker coming off an ACL surgery too?
Who's that?
Hooker's coming off an ACL surgery, correct?
I thought
he might be. I'm not sure.
He's coming. He's got some sort of surgery that he missed the rest of the year. I don't remember what it was, but shit, man. All right, I want to hear where you have Anthony Richardson going, because Mel Kiper here has the fucking Tennessee Titans trading up to the 3rd pick to take Anthony Richardson, which, in my mind,
I mean, to me, he's the biggest wild card of the draft. I think he has a ton of upside. I think he has a ton of risk as well.
He's baby Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a Cam Newton career out of that guy, then you did your job, because early Cam was good. Obviously he's not that same guy no more, but when he was an MVP guy and he led the Carolina to the Super Bowl, like, he was a good ass quarterback. So
when Cam was healthy.
Well, yeah, that's the issue with most of these guys that are running quarterbacks. Like, that's why I'm scared about Bryce Young, is even though he's a really good pocket passer and he can dish it, he likes to scramble too. Like, he kind of creates, just like Patrick Mahomes does. He likes running around and making plays. 190 pounds.
Hey, man, this is why I like CJ. The dude can't. The only time that dude ran in his career was against Georgia. Against Georgia, to go to the NFL. Go to the freaking national championship, and he almost did it by himself. Three of his receivers get hurt.
That's what boosted his draft stock so much too. He played so well in that game.
Absolutely. That's why I think he's your pocket passer. But like I said earlier, I think the NFL game is they're seeing how successful these quarterbacks are in college, and they're trying to mold it too. Like, they're running the spread. They're getting the mobile quarterbacks and giving them opportunities. Like Malik Willis, I didn't think he had that great of an opportunity, that much of an opportunity at all.
Right.
I think the 3rd round was a good pick for him last year in that draft, but I don't know if the Titans trade up. I think they want to see what they have with Willis first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going to say some off the wall shit right now. Bryce Young is going to be another Kyler Murray.
In a good way or a bad way? Because
bad way.
Bad way.
No, bad way.
So
bad Kyler Murray.
I mean, I would imagine they're similar size. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming they're pretty similar.
But Kyler Murray is damn near. He's way faster than Bryce.
Oh, goddamn right. Yeah.
He's way. I want to say
agree. Their play styles are similar, I think.
I think Kyler's run first, though. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just be. I mean, like I said, he probably will get picked number 1 overall, and he probably deserves it. I would just be concerned if I was a GM to have that guy as, my quarterback for the future, because it's the same thing with Lamar. Like, how many games is he going to play? Is he going to play the whole season?
Right.
Probably not. Like, he's going to – eventually someone's going to get you. Someone's going to tag you eventually if you're running around like crazy.
Oh, 100%. Right. I'll tell you what, though, healthy Lamar is – goddamn, he's good. And I hate that he's in my division, but damn is he good.
Goddamn right. Yeah, read option every fucking time. But I want to touch on something here that I kind of hits in the Buffalo area here. Jim Kelly provided a nice statement for the media up here. Josh can't do everything by himself. Would you guys agree with that? He's like, what the fuck is Buffalo doing? They pissed off Stephon Diggs. Okay. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the episode with Nate Stice, people out there. Stephon is not following the Buffalo Bills on Instagram, and he's following the Cowboys. So just want to put that out there.
That's so petty. That's so petty.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, though, Eric.
It's you read too much into shit, man. That's just him being a little prima donna. Like, come on. Like, he's still under contract. It's not like he's not going to play. Like, he's going to go out. He's going to
contract rebuild either. He's an asshole.
I mean, yeah. But also, if Josh can do it by himself, he's done it by himself. And if I'm the Bills, I'm like, all right, fine. You don't want to play, that's good. We'll go take a wide receiver from TCU. We'll take a Jordan Addison in the first round and say, pretty much fuck you to them.
Oh no, we went the Steelers. No, Josh.
I know what you're talking about, and we're gonna cover that here soon. But I'm saying we're gonna go take that. We'll go get Smith and Jigba. We'll go get a number 1 in the first round.
I agree.
But if you don't want to play, that's fine. Now I got a young rookie number 1 receiver with a just absolute alien with a rocket arm and Josh Allen. Like, he's gonna mold him to where he wants it. He's not gonna be like Dick and say, this is the way I play and this is the only way I'm gonna do it.
Honestly, I feel like they had enough last year to get it done. I think when Von Miller went down, I think it changed their whole dynamic of their defense. Like, he was playing like he was in the Super Bowl. He was getting tons of pressure on the quarterback. He was playing really well.
And then you had the Hamlet thing too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was a combination. You got to factor in that Hamlet thing because those guys were not the same after that.
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in a situation where one of my teammates, that happened. It's tough to get back up and play the game. Right. You know what I mean? So a lot went on last year. I mean, Von Miller was, like I said, he was balling for them, and he was a difference maker on their defense. And it turns out when you can't get pressure on the quarterback, your defense sucks. And I watched that for the last 20 years. So trust me, I know all about it.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna.
All right, let's hop into that then. Let's go down a little bit. Let's talk about this. First off,
okay.
Can we talk about how Jimmy G admitted that the tuck was a fumble? I give that man credit for that. It
was a fumble.
It was. 2, Eric, what are the Raiders doing in that? You got the 7th pick, bro. Is Jimmy G the quarterback of the future?
What are the Raiders doing in the draft, or what are the Raiders doing overall as an organization?
Because we already let's just clear this up. I know there's probably some Raider fans listening to this too, and I'll probably get some backlash, but I don't give a shit. We know that organization is a floating dumpster fire right now. I would like to hear what they're gonna do in the draft. I'm just curious what your thoughts are, because then I'm gonna give you my take, and I don't know if you're gonna like my take.
So I think if one of
he used your quote against you. Oh God.
Drew,
go ahead,
I think if one of those quarterbacks, if CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson, I think if one of those guys are still there at 7, I think the Raiders take whoever's there.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys brought them all in for visits.
Yeah, they were. I mean, a quarterback to me is not a bad pick because
they completely miss it. What I think
they got a bridge quarterback right now is what they have. So
right, and a bridge quarterback that has proven that he's a winner.
Yeah, he can. I mean, here's my thing. I wasn't disappointed with the signing because to me, him and Derek Carr are very, very similar in talent and everything you look at. Very, very similar.
True.
But they got him Jimmy G, a lot cheaper than they had Derek Carr. So to me, it was fine. I'm fine with it. So if you have a quarterback that you like at 7, I think you take him. If not, I do like how they have a corner, not a quarterback, but a corner.
Yeah, Devon Williams from Illinois, right?
No, they have Witherspoon. Yeah,
Witherspoon. Sorry, Witherspoon.
Yeah. So I think you got to go defense if you don't have a QB available to you because, like I mentioned, the Raiders' defense has been atrocious. They literally have had the worst defense over the past 15 years, like just the worst.
Top 5 worst.
So, if you can't, like I said, if you can't get pressure on the quarterback, you can only ask a corner to cover as long as you can. I mean, you're going up against probably the best athletes in the world at wide receiver. Like, they're just freak athletes. You can't cover them that long. So we'll see. I think they go defense as long as that quarterback's not there for them to pick, but I would be happy with a quarterback too.
So I'm gonna give you my take here. Defense, I think defense is a need for you guys. 1,000%.
For sure.
Cornerback, sure. Linebacker, sure. Pretty much, let's put it this way. Anybody on defense, we're going to blow on a dice. You give me a 7, I'm taking that guy. But I also think you guys trade back into the first round for a quarterback. I really do. I think you trade back into the back half of that first round, and I think you take Hooker. I'm gonna because I just got a funny feeling that I think you guys like Hooker. You like that he doesn't turn the ball over, and not to mention he's still midway to 3/4 of the way through an ACL, and we all know how long an ACL lasts. So he can sit behind Jimmy G, who historically doesn't turn the ball over much either. And we all know Hooker's a project quarterback. Right. So you give Jimmy G the first year or two of that contract to prove that he's earned that third year. And if he does, play him, great. If he doesn't, here comes Malik Hooker, or whatever his name is. I forget his first name. Here comes Hooker to slide in.
Hendon.
Take that.
Yeah. Eric, this is what I think. I think they take Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech edge, with the 7th pick. They move up, exercise in round 2, and they pick up Hooker. That's what I think they do too. I agree.
Second round? Okay.
Yeah, second round.
If he's around, yeah. He's going to be a late first, early second round guy.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be the guy that falls all because of that ACL.
Yeah.
He's not ready to play. Those first 4 quarterbacks that are taken, that Kuiper has taken in the top, 9 picks or whatever, 8 picks, those guys are ready to play.
Yeah.
I would be good with an edge rusher as well. Chandler Jones last year when they signed him in the offseason, I thought that was a great pickup, and he just didn't produce. Like he just didn't do it.
He had one good play.
Max, yeah, and it wasn't even good. He just literally stood there. Yeah. But Max Crosby is an absolute animal. Like he is a top defensive player in the league, and they need somebody else to complement him because if he's going to reach his full potential and he's going to be able to wreak havoc on a defense or on offense, then they need somebody else to be on the other side so they can't double team every single play. Like
Edge is good. Tyree Wilson, very good. I also like Nolan Smith from Georgia. I know he's a linebacker. I know, Drew. I know what we're talking about here. I know.
Steelers.
I know. But I also think you guys need something interior. A cornerback, great. You got to be able to cover the most athletic guys out there. I get it. But if you said, you can't put pressure on a quarterback. Nolan Smith, one of the fastest linebackers in the draft. He can cover and he can blitz. That's the biggest thing. Georgia, you know how they run there. I mean, they got a pro-style defense as it is. They got an NFL defense. So I think somebody who's quick, somebody who can cover, and somebody who gets some pressure. You need pressure. You need to make somebody feel uncomfortable. And you're playing the Raiders, man. Fuck, I could quarterback that.
I mean, if they take anything on the offensive side of the ball besides a quarterback with that 7th pick, if they stay there, I will be 1, shocked, and 2, very disappointed.
Because you guys got a punter.
Huh?
They'll draft a punter.
They might. They took Janikowski, I think, in the first round one time. So.
They took Marquise King. They took Marquise King, the fucking punter.
Let's be honest though.
Now he's punting the XFL.
Oh God.
Jamarcus Russell.
You would have a hard time finding a organization in all of sports that has drafted worse than the Raiders in the past 15 years. You'd really have a hard time.
I think you guys legit have that one.
New York Knicks.
No.
They're fucking awful.
Yeah, but so are the Raiders. Can we Jamarcus Russell tops it all.
I agree.
That was
not to mention 2 years ago we took a guy that flashed they took a guy that had a gun on Instagram and then a guy that killed somebody and a dog. Let's not forget that.
First round picks haven't really. I mean, if I was in the draft, I wouldn't want to go first round of the Raiders because it just has not panned out.
If I'm a quarterback, I'm like, please, Lord Jesus, do not send me there.
But
let's look. I mean, you got Devontae. You got arguably the best wide receiver in the game. You have Josh Jacobs, who just put up a career year with the worst probably the worst offensive line in NFL history too.
Easily,
Like,
yes.
you've got the weapons, you got the options. Mine is Darren Waller now, rest in peace. But
That's my boy. No, they have pieces.
There's potential. There's so much potential that it's frustrating because, like, the Raiders are a class. They're not. I want to say a classy organization. That ain't right. But the Raiders are an organization that has so much history.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
they have
they're
so
one
much
of the
history.
big boys.
They just look like they look like fucking. Do I need to say this on air? I'm going to piss them. They look like the Regional Elkers.
They need to sharpen up the like the thing is with me that going outside of the draft real quick. I don't know what the number is, but the amount of Patriots that are now on the Raiders is. Bro,
I'm pretty sure they just signed like 8 in free agency. It's 8.
It's crazy. Every time they sign somebody else from the Patriots.
Bro,
like,
it's the Las Vegas Patriots.
It really is. And now
pretty soon they're gonna. Bill Belichick's gonna come over and be like, I'm gonna change
like that, but get Josh McDaniels the hell out of there. But
right. Oh, he sucks.
We'll see. What about you guys? What are you guys thinking with the Steelers? What pick do they got? Like right around 11 or 13 or something?
We have 17.
17. We go Nolan Smith. God damn it, get an edge. Okay, put him on the same size as TJ.
Oh my God! If Joey Porter Jr. is there, they have to take him, right?
Yeah, right. But I don't think he's gonna be there.
I don't think he's going to be there.
They got him going at 16. If
they got him going at 16,
I feel like you have to.
They do have him at 16.
So this is what I'm thinking. The cornerback from Maryland, Deonte Banks, projected to go a little bit later in the draft. I think they had him in like the 20s. But according to what I've read and stuff like that, they like him a little bit more than Joey Porter. He's a little bit bigger. He's got a little more athleticism, according to them. They like him. And now, let's not forget, we also have the 32nd pick.
Yes. I have someone I have in mind here.
Drew, you and I are on the same page. Here comes Jordan Addison, who falls right back into Kenny Pickett's lap.
We might disagree on that. We need to get an offensive tackle. The guy from Oklahoma. What the hell's his name here? I'm trying to find it.
From Oklahoma.
I don't know.
I like the guy.
I'm trying to find it here.
Paris Johnson, the Ohio State guy that's every bit of 7 foot playing the offensive line.
They take Anton
Paris Johnson
Harrison
from Ohio State.
And Anton Harrison from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
a junior.
I still think I still want Addison. I'm going to be honest. I think I want Addison.
I think he could fall back to Swindles or his pick here.
I think if I was you guys, I'd be rooting for Lamar Jackson to go somewhere else because that division, you guys, the Bengals are going to win that division, but that would be an easier division and a good chance for the Steelers to make the wild card game if they lose Lamar Jackson to a trade.
I also think a pissed off Lamar Jackson is not going to play well.
Okay, can we not just move past the fact that the Steelers are going to win the fucking division this year? I don't know. What you're.
Hey, listen, man.
What the fuck's going on over
Kenny
there?
Two Gloves was 7-2 down the stretch. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I will bet either one of you, both of you, anything you'd like right now that Cincinnati wins that division over the Steelers.
Well, I will say this: we saw Cincinnati isn't exactly the best out the gate.
No, they are not.
So if we can get a game or two lead on them, which I think we can beat them at home now that Kenny's poised and understands what the NFL game pace is like. No. A healthy Najee Harris, good Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, do we need to keep talking? The only thing I hope they don't do is take the guy from TCU.
Make the bet. If you think the Steelers will win the division, make the bet.
All right,
I will take that bet. And it matters if Kenny Pickett has pomade in his hair. If it is slicked back, he's going to whoop ass. You heard it here first.
Wait, time out. Next question. We going white or black gloves? Because he's undefeated with black gloves. Just putting that out there.
We're going to go black on the throwing hand, white. Black and white. We're going to have both.
Kenny ain't a flashy guy, so no, we're not doing that. Pick one.
The amount of confidence in a below-average quarterback you guys have is just truly unbelievable.
Hey, man, listen, he's got a couple game-winning drives in there. He beat Tom Brady. Tom Brady said on the sidelines, I didn't leave my fucking wife and kids to be losing to Kenny Pickett at halftime. And who won the game?
They didn't win because of fucking Kenny Pickett, bud. He had 7 touchdowns and 9 picks last year.
And he also ran for 5 touchdowns.
Y'all dick suck and stop that. Come on.
Hey,
now.
Hey,
Come on.
hey, you
Take
bring
it
in
easy.
Jimmy Garoppolo,
Take it easy.
all you're going to get is spaghetti and meatballs. He ain't gonna
Jimmy's better
produce
than
shit.
Pickett right
He ain't
now.
gonna produce
100%.
shit. Oh,
Hey,
no.
I'll say this.
He's more handsome.
Jimmy's going to get caught up in the Italian mob out there and
Definitely
get fucked
more
over
handsome.
so bad.
He's going to be buried in the fucking desert. That's what's going to happen. He ain't going to make it a practice.
He's going to be fucking too many porn stars and too many strippers out there to go out and play.
Hey, whatever helps you play, I guess.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Well, let's just be real with ourselves here, boys. Come on.
He's looking up the.
We don't gotta.
Let's be real. Out of that last year's draft class, Kenny Pickett was the only one that did anything. Brock Purdy, rest in peace. I think he's going to come back. I think Brock Purdy, when he is healthy, comes back, and that is his job. Trey Lance, they're going to trade Trey for some picks.
America's favorite son. Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys are telling me in how many games did he start last year?
He was 7-2 down the stretch. So what, 9 or 10?
9. Came in about 7th game, I'd say.
However many games he played.
He also let's not forget, he started a couple games where he did not finish the game because he got knocked out.
Yeah, he got fucking brutally attacked.
Yeah, he
against
lost all those games, but we won't count them. But 7 TDs.
Wait, time out. If he plays the first quarter and the team loses, that is not on Kenny. I understand he gets the loss because he is technically the starting quarterback. But when you have to put in Mitch Trubisky,
if you start a baseball game and you get shelled in the first inning, but then you get hurt, who's the loss go to?
Oh, it goes to me, 100%. I get it. But I'm just saying you can't blame Mitch. You can't rely on Mitchell Trubisky to go out and say, hey, let's put up freaking 30 points here when I can't get the ball past our own damn 30-yard line.
Here's my point. Well, however many games he played.
All right.
7 touchdowns, 9 picks, and a QBR of 51. You guys are acting like he's –
I think that's a pretty good year.
Really?
The only thing I give a shit about is the 7-2 record. I can care about the stats. The dude's a winner.
He didn't win those games. He's not the one that was winning the games. Come on now.
He did win 2 of those. He did throw one touchdown, one game-winning touchdown pass to Najee.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he had a rushing touchdown to win a game too as well, or put him ahead late.
Yes.
So, the ball's in his hands 99% of the time. Kenny Pickett was 7-2 down the stretch.
If you guys want to mortgage your future on Kenny Pickett,
it ain't Derek Carr anymore, is it?
You guys go ahead. Derek Carr would have done much better with the Steelers team last year.
I'm pretty sure Derek Carr had more weapons and lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It was 6 degrees outside.
I don't care. That's football, baby.
And the Raiders have a horrible defense.
Listen to me, Eric. We had the
Derek
Italian.
Carr threw 3 picks, lost game.
We had Franco's army there, crying tears all around.
People the Raiders had no chance in that game. They had to let them win.
Primanti sandwiches with tears and salt to the sandwiches, and you're going to.
They literally had to let the Steelers win the game.
Oh my God, this is.
They had the game in the bag, and then they just choked it away.
I'm pretty sure Kenny had a game-winning drive on that one.
He did to George Pickens.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, let's not forget about George Pickens. Oh my gosh, he's gonna
absolute monster.
Yep. Steelers are fine. Steelers are gonna win. Steelers win the division next year.
That's $100 right now, both of you. Steelers win the division.
I'll do it.
I have Cincinnati. You guys have the Steelers. If Baltimore or the Browns somehow win the division,
can we talk about the Browns? How bad they are?
It's a push.
Can we talk about the Browns paying Deshaun Watson that much money for him to throw 15 interceptions in half a season?
He's trying to divert. I'll go 50. Okay, I'll go 50.
I'll go 50. I agreed to the bet.
Okay.
I'm just laughing when we talked about when Cleveland Browns get brought up.
Thinking about the 10 Jack and Cokes I'm going to get with Eric's $50. Anyways, here. So
10? Where are you going, bro?
But right, let's switch over to the NBA.
I can get 2 down here.
Yeah, that's true. You get two in a napkin.
Yeah, barely.
So we'll switch over to NBA talk here. Eric, how about those Lakers? Huh? They showed out last night.
It was not impressive. It was not impressive, but I will take it.
Time out. Wait a minute. Hold on. The Lakers played a bad game and won, right? Kenny Pickett statistically had a terrible season and was 7-2. I'm just saying. You're contradicting yourself a little bit.
I am not contradicting myself. I literally just said it was not impressive. It was not impressive at all.
Not impressive, but I'll take the win. Kenny wasn't that impressive at times, but he was.
Let me tell you this. Let me put it in perspective for you.
Jesus Christ.
Going into last night, I was
sweating.
pretty confident that the Lakers, if they got the 7 seed, they could beat Memphis in the first round. I was like, yeah, I see that happen.
All right.
After last night, with a banged up / suspended Rudy Gobert Timberwolves team, it took OT to beat them in a pretty much a must-win game. Not exactly a must-win, but pretty much.
Yes,
it's
must. It did not bring me confidence to see that, and the fact that it still takes the Lakers, LeBron. It still takes LeBron 30 points and 10 assists or whatever the hell he had last night for them to sneak by a Timberwolves team that's just not as good as them. Just really does not sit well with me when they're going to play Memphis. Now, will I probably still bet on the Lakers just because I like LeBron? Probably.
Hey, listen, anytime Kenny's luscious flow steps on that field, man, mortgage on it every time. 2 gloves.
You go ahead and do that, pal.
Listen, I'm going to be buried in Kenny's 2 gloves, just like this.
You're going to be going to the bank for a loan then pretty soon.
I do got to pay that off. Thanks for reminding me that.
But no, I think I think they have potential to make a run, but I hate that if they do win, they got to play Golden State. I see them. I don't think there's a shot in hell that they can beat Golden State. But I definitely think it's going to be a long series with Memphis. I think it's a 6 or 7 game series. Hopefully they can squeak one out. I know the betting odds have Memphis just a slight favorite in the series, so we'll see.
So is Golden State LeBron's kryptonite?
I mean, when you got just absolute fucking horses over there, it's tough to. They're everyone's kryptonite. They've been everyone in the league's kryptonite for a while now.
Yeah, well,
whatever they're healthy.
Take out that year with Kevin Durant because that doesn't count.
Shit, 3 years with Kevin Durant.
Sorry, 3 years, whatever it was.
Last year they won it again. Last year, I mean, they're not the favorite to win it this year, but
no,
I think they're a good bet. Like I think if you're looking for value, I think they're a really good pick. My prediction is Golden State versus Milwaukee in the finals.
So, Milwaukee, huh?
Milwaukee. They're tough. They're very tough.
Bucks
they got the best player in the league.
Let's just talk about that. Giannis Antetokounmpo came out. Did you guys see this? That he commented. I think it was 2000.
He wants to be the best role player. That one?
No. 200 when he signed that mega deal, $238 million. He said, "I wanted to retire right after that."
Yeah, I actually read that today. And
fuck is that, Eric?
If you don't know what he's talking about, Josh, basically he was having issues mentally.
Yeah,
dealing with everything, being famous, having a bunch of money, like he was having issues. And he reached out to Kevin Love because Kevin Love was one of the first people to reach out and say, hey, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you have fame. We have issues just like everyone else has issues. You know what I mean?
I do remember Kevin coming out publicly and saying that.
Yeah, him and DeMar DeRozan. But
yeah,
it just shows you, man, like money's awesome. Money's great. It can buy you cool things, but just because you have money doesn't mean everything is all, good and dandy, especially I would never want to be famous like that. I would never, ever want to be a LeBron James. I'd never want to be somebody like that where you can't even go to a grocery store. I would hate that.
You know who I would act like if I was famous? Like
Dennis Rodman, we know.
God damn right, baby. Hell raising.
Listen.
Stone Cold smashing some fucking beers coming out to the court.
Hey, listen, you need a vacation halfway through the year too?
Yeah. They're coming out with a movie about that.
I'm looking forward to watching that.
I mean,
it's dude, and that's like normal, like not normal people, but people that aren't rich, famous, have the notoriety, the notability, all that, still go through that. Like that's like a normal thing,
right?
Just normal problems. Like, I mean, granted, $200 million over the next however many years takes away a lot of the added stress that us three have, but like. He's got other things to do. Like he's got to live up to that contract. He's got to put a city on his back. He's got to provide for his family. Like there's just so much to it that people don't realize. Like he's looked at. This is an analogy that that I heard for the first time down here in spring training. So we're stretching on our like little conditioning field, which is like an 80-yard football field pretty much, and it's got just like chain link fence around it. and there's people like lines of like 3 or 4 rows behind, like around the fence the whole way around. Mm-hmm. And one of my teammates here goes, "You ever feel like you're a caged animal?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Look around the fence." Right. And you're looking, people taking pictures, pointing. I'm like, holy shit, that puts a whole new perspective on everything. Like, we're not looked at as like, I'm not looked at as I'm not looked at as a person. I'm a statistic. I'm a number. I'm an athlete. He just happens to be on a much bigger stage every day. So he's getting the same thing in arenas full of 30,000 people, 20, 30,000 people that are doing the same thing. And if he misses a free throw, he gets booed, or they lose, he gets booed. Like, that shit adds up.
Right. See, that's why I think, almost to look at it from a different perspective, it's almost like harder, because if you have all that fame and you have all that money and you're still not happy, or you're still not where you want to be, it's like, what else could I possibly have? Like, I have everything I've ever dreamed of, and I'm still not happy. Like, I feel like, those people are searching for everything. Like, you feel like you got everything, and you thought that once you made X million dollars that you'd be in really good shape, or you'd be super happy with where everything's at. Right. Like, mentally, you're still not there. Like, that's almost worse than being one of us and not having all that money and being unhappy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a whole different perspective.
That's like I got this.
Unless you got millions over there, you're not telling us about, Drew.
Oh, I'm not trying to be a jackass here, but let's just add into consideration here. He didn't have a contract like Zion when he had to lose 60 pounds. Can we touch on that a little bit, please?
Listen, man, I think Zion picked the wrong sport.
He shouldn't have picked a sport where he has to run up and down a floor for 82 games.
He's hurt again. What the hell is he hurt? What's going on with him now?
You guys don't know what's going on right now?
No.
So
I try to stay away from his bullshit.
He pulled his hamstring way back, and then he re-aggravated it. He re-aggravated it in February. And now he's saying he's healthy. Physically, he's good. But mentally, it's another situation. He's like, I'm not ready. He's like, I'm hesitating when I play. I'm not trusting my body. So he's not playing. He's not playing. So that's what's going on with him right now.
Coming from a guy that's had multiple surgeries, I get it.
Well, I guess I don't want to. Well, I'm going to fucking step on toes. You could say he's acting like Ben Simmons in a way. Like, I just don't want to fucking play. I just want to sit out. I mean,
Ben didn't have any medical issues. Ben just
yeah. I mean,
fuck's sake.
You're getting it's tough. I get it, but at the same time, it's like
he's going to turn into Sam Bowie a little bit.
You gotta.
Oh God.
You got to do something.
I'm going to be honest. Greg Oden.
This was a thing, back in when he was getting drafted. It was tough not to draft Zion. Obviously, he was this big guy at Duke and a phenomenal player. But the question marks around him being able to play 82 games in a season, or anywhere near that, that was a huge question mark, and it's right in front of their eyes now. What do? You want to sign him to another huge extension when his contract's up? Like, the talent's there, but is he going to play? Is he going to be able to go a whole season? Can he play in the playoffs? Like, you don't even know, because he has never done it.
He just got him. When did he get it? He got an extension last year. Is that what it was?
I don't know.
I believe it was last year or the year before, and
they gave him a big deal, right?
Big deal, but there was a lot of fucking, I guess, add-ons to that. He had to do a certain amount of training, lose weight, diet, dietary, all this fucking bullshit. And then that's when ESPN and, I'm trying to fucking think of it. I'm seeing him. Skip Bayless jumped all over that. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. Why?
He signed a 5-year rookie max extension worth up to $193 million starting next year, and could rise to $231 million if he makes all NBA teams or wins NBA awards such as an MVP or something along those lines.
I'm to the point now, like.
He's just taking the money, Josh.
No, that maybe I don't think that's I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm thinking trust the process, boys. You saw what Philly did. You saw what Philly did with Embiid, and Embiid has turned out to be a top 5 player, MVP candidate. I think Zion, go home. Go the fuck home. Go home. We're gonna send people out there to cook for you, rehab you, put you through conditioning, whatever it may be, get you basketball workouts, but we're going to send you home, get you away. I know for a fact change of scenery is great. He needs to be nowhere near New Orleans for the next until next season.
Right.
Well, their season could be over. I think it's tonight. Yeah, tonight. So
The season is going to be over tonight.
They're playing the Thunder. I don't know. We'll see. Should be, huh?
You guys realize I haven't watched one NBA game all year. I have no clue what I'm talking
That's all right. Josh, Eric, I'm going to be quite honest. I think they're straight. I'm going to quote you again. Dumpster fire of a team without him on the fucking court.
The Pelicans?
Yeah, I don't see anything. They're
I mean, I don't think they're going to win a series by any means. They're going to, if they win tonight, they're going to end up playing. Well, they'd have to win another game. Or no,
Right.
no. Yeah, if they win tonight, they'd have to beat Minnesota, which they probably won't.
No.
But they have some talent. They really do. I know you guys don't follow the NBA as much as I do, but
Give me one name that's except Zion.
they got CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram. Both those guys are good.
Oh,
CJ McCollum?
No.
CJ McCollum's good.
No.
Brandon
no.
Ingram's solid. Very good.
You got to pair CJ McCollum with like a superstar. He can't really lead.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Zion, Goofy.
Well, I mean, you're missing a huge piece.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong. You're missing
It's
a
like
huge
TJ
piece.
Watt for the Steelers. You're fine.
But I mean, he missed the majority of the season, and are they a great team? No. They were 2 games above 500.
No,
Right.
but he is.
But-
if Zion's on that court, they might not be in this play-in situation.
Right.
They might have a seat. Don't quote me on that, but like, your Zion has the potential to go off for 40 and 40 any given night. Like the dude is an what are we gonna call him? A tight end that just decides I'm gonna put up 40 tonight.
He's like a fullback playing basketball. Like I don't.
Yeah.
He could have been the next Mike Allstott if he wanted to be. He just
Bo Jackson, I always thought. I mean, if he knew how to hit a fucking ball, I think he could have fucking done it on the field.
I sure as hell would not want to be a safety coming downhill trying to tackle him. I'll tell you
Who's
that.
Zion or Bo?
It's not either one of them.
Yeah,
But
right.
Shit, man, I'm not trying to run into Mike Allstott either. That's more than
none of them.
Big.
There's not one guy in the NFL that carries the football that I want to meet in the hole. Not one guy.
I might hit Juju pretty hard. He pissed me off.
Yes, he did.
Who did he sign with again?
The
Patriots.
Patriots. Yeah,
Eric,
I don't
you
know.
got,
but,
Eric, you got something for that right there?
I'm just glad I didn't want him on the Raiders last year. I thought the Raiders were going to sign him. I'm not a big fan of the tic tac dances.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to say.
Well, did you hear what the Chiefs said?
What?
The Chiefs didn't bring him back because he's too distracted.
I can see that 100%.
I know. I believe it 100%.
He's a kid.
Bill
kid.
Belichick is about to. Did you ever see what happened? What they do to a wild horse? About to break him. He's about to
go
break
see.
Juju.
Yeah, you think he's going to be going out to midfield doing all the tic tac dances, playing at the Patriots? Absolutely not.
Bill Belichick's going to call me to the office and say, "Son, give me your phone right now." He goes,
Crap.
"For these track phones, this is what you talk on. No more of this tic tac bullshit."
Kraft's going to be at midfield with him before one of the games with the Hoochies. Fucking just doing a little bit of this out there. He's going to be out there.
He just might be. But
I think Kraft would love that.
you know what? You look at the Steelers. The Steelers had Claypool and they had Juju. To me, 2 guys who are they're okay. They're decent, but they're not like great guys, great receivers. But both very distracting type of guys who have lives outside of football, who are doing weird shit, in my opinion. You're a grown-ass man. You shouldn't be doing tic-tac dances all the time. But they got rid of both of them. Well, they didn't re-sign Juju, and then they got rid of Claypool. So, I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a life outside of football because it's still your life. I understand that. But
like Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, I get it.
Well, certainly shouldn't do that.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Those are a little bit different. But
I don't think TikTok and first degree or whatever
That's what I'm
murder
saying.
was.
I think they can weather some tic-tac.
multiple first degrees.
Multiple first degrees. I don't think we put that in the same category. I'm sorry. I don't think it works like that.
I'm just saying they could just, if they can weather that, I think they can weather some tic-tac.
No, I have always, I said this a while ago, and I will continuously say it. The Steelers keeping AB under wraps for as long as they did, the entire time he was there, he didn't do anything too crazy, is a huge accomplishment for that organization.
You know why they kept him under wraps? They didn't pay him.
They did his last contract. They did.
Yeah, but the Raiders are supposed to eat a lot of that contract.
But they paid him, and he started acting a fool a little bit. But the second he left that organization, maybe it was the hit that he had, maybe it was the money, I don't know. He literally just went bananas. So
Joey Porter said it best: if you pay this man, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, he's doing this shit now. You know what I mean? He's doing this a little bit
yeah,
of this.
we can talk about him all day, but
all right. Anyway, so that's
all right. New AB story. What do we got?
No, hell no. Fuck that guy.
All right. So MVP for NBA. What are we thinking, Eric? Because
I think it's Joel Embiid. I think he. I don't think
I'm going to Joker.
I don't think it's that close, to be honest. I think
Giannis has better numbers. I'm just going to put that out there.
No. I'm saying from I'm saying from who I think's going to win, not who I would.
Okay.
Who are you going to? If you have a vote, you have the final vote.
Oh, if I have a vote.
Yeah.
If I had a vote, I would probably pick Giannis. But if I am going to bet on it, I would pick Embiid because I think Embiid's going to win it. And a lot of the numbers that I've seen definitely go towards him as well.
Joker's behind 9-7
To me,
points.
Joker, you can't give him 3 times in a row. Like,
I mean, you can.
He's proven that he hasn't won in the postseason yet. Like, I know this is a regular season award, but if you're just going to give it to a guy who puts up good stats, he's the best player, on a team that wins. LeBron should have won it 150 times. Like, what are we talking about?
He only played 19 years.
20. This is 20th. But like, until he does something, I mean, I don't know. It's voters fatigue for sure. Like, is Joker having a great year again? Absolutely.
Right.
But he hasn't done anything different. He hasn't won anything. So it's like, go somewhere else with it. To me, Giannis, and Giannis is such a good defender, and Joel Embiid's a lot better defender than Joker too. But they both do it on both sides of the ball. So I would, if I had a vote, I would pick Giannis. If I was betting on it, I would say Embiid's going to win.
Don't ask me, man. I got no clue.
I go Giannis or Embiid. Those two. I don't see.
You have the betting odds right now?
I do not have the betting odds up.
If you take a peek at it, I think Embiid is like minus. He's up there. He's like minus like 250 or something.
Oh shit!
I think.
Well,
last time I checked.
Well, yeah, but there's one movie I wanted to touch on too. Eric, I don't know if you saw it, Josh. Air movie. I want to see that. I want to see.
Oh,
Air.
about Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they placed. I mean, the Last Dance documentary.
Yes.
That couldn't have came out at a better time.
Right.
During COVID, 100%. Dude,
we had nothing going on. Everyone's just sitting at home. Like,
right.
God, I could have binged that in one day. Just freaking 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Not move from the couch. Like, right. Such a good documentary.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
Well, just a fun fact, and they touch on it in the movie. They banned Air Jordans, and when he was going through it, they fined him every game for $5,000.
You want to know why too?
Why?
Because there was too much red.
Oh.
51% of the shoe had to be white, and that was a stupid rule back then. 51% of the shoe had to be white, and they only had like 40 or something like that. So instead of making Michael pay the fines, Nike picked up the fines.
Well, they fucking.
Well, yeah, the amount of money that Jordan's has made, Nike is outweighs that by a little bit. So
hey, take away Michael Jordan, take away the Jordan brand.
Yeah.
How iconic is Nike?
I think they would have been more prolific in running.
Yeah, because that was the guy he was the one that originated, right? Yeah,
Steve Prefontaine. Yeah.
No, Prefontaine wasn't. It was the coach that did it.
Oh well, Bob Knight. Yeah, I think it's
Bob Knight. Yeah, Bob Knight.
Yeah. But no, I just I don't know. Without Jordan, I really don't think they have a brand. But switching over here to Josh, we are finally touching on MLB that we that we're lacking in. We do have some baseball fans out there. I guess there's one thing I want to touch on. The O'Neal Cruz situation with his ankle. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think he was caught in a very weird and awkward position. I don't want to be that guy that says he was wrong or the catcher was wrong. I think it was just a bad timing, bad throw. If you see it, man, he wasn't going to slide. He was going to give himself up and be out. Right. Then he saw the ball go over. He's like, oh, I can try and slide now. And he just kind of like did a half-heartedly awkward fall. And at 6'7", doesn't really work out too well.
He's a big motherfucker.
And then the fact that Michael Kopech struck the next guy out and did a little fuck you thing after that kind of makes me mad. I'm happy to watch that game. I really am.
Right. But the fucking Buckles, they're hot right now. We can't. They swept the Red Sox.
Drew. Do I need to talk about a dumpster fire again?
There's one thing I know about baseball. The season is incredibly long. And I would say about 50 games in, it'll be a different story. But yes, I do like how the Pirates are actually winning games right now. They lost today. And I know we're going to talk about the Rays at some point probably. And they're going to win again today. So they might not ever lose. They might go 162-0.
You go money line all the way with them?
For the next 100 games, I might.
I cannot answer this question.
No, I get that. But seriously, though, do you think them bringing Kutchin rejuvenates the fucking city for baseball?
Yeah, he's the prodigal son, baby. Like, the last time the Pirates were good and relevant, that man was in center field. Like, He was there. He was in the middle of the lineup. He was in center field. He's an icon. The last time he was there, they made T-shirts that had, like, his face, like, cut out and had the dreads. Like, he was the reason they were good. Like, he was not the whole reason, but, like, we'll say 95% of the reason. Like, I think it's really
cool. I think it's really cool that he's back. And, obviously he's not the NL MVP type of guy that he was back in whenever it was, 2014 or 15 or whatever.
Right.
But if he can play decent baseball, I mean, would they get him at $5 million? I believe it was.
I believe so.
I think it was 3 years, $15 million, something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he can play decent baseball, to me, that it was a home run type of signing. I mean, I know it's super early once again, but he's hitting the ball well. He's batting in the 300s right now. So, I mean, I think it's super cool. If there's one person in my lifetime that has been kind of like the face of the Pirates, I think most of us would agree that it's probably Kutch for the most part.
I thought you were about to say face of a city. I'd be like, take that shit back right now.
Nah, I mean, not the city.
It was Big Ben. It was Big Ben City.
You got to, if you're going to be the face of a city, you got to at least, you got to win a World Series or a championship or something. You got to win something.
I thought you were about to say, I was like, that was Big Ben's.
No,
Crosby's up there too. I know we don't do hockey. Crosby's up there.
Crosby's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I hate to say it, guys, but the Rays are only up 8-7 right now.
Oh, it was 8-4. They must have just hit a home run or something.
Devers just hit a backside 3-run home run in the 7th inning.
There you go. So we got ourselves.
It's like me on the show. I think I have it locked up, and then I get fucked, and then they hit a home run, and I'm fucked. It's tied ball game. It's like, what the hell?
I'm going to say this. They brought in a lefty to face Rafael, and he went the other way. So,
ding dong.
Yeah, ding dong is right. But no, I think it's good to have Kutch back. Granted, like you said, Eric, they got him for pretty much a vet minimum. You hate seeing guys go leave the game that you grew up watching, and he was definitely one of them. I think these next 3 seasons, depending on how the middle one goes, I think is the last of his career. I think he's going to retire a Pirate. I think he's going to stay in wherever the hell he's living now, Swickley again or whatever, and right off in the sunset with Maria.
So turns out he only signed a 1-year deal, but it was $5 million. I thought it was $315, so it's 1 year, $5 million. So if he has a good year, though, I can't see a reason why they wouldn't bring him back. Or I think that his last year will be in Pittsburgh, so I could see him, even if maybe he doesn't have a good year or maybe whatever. I mean, besides win a World Series, he's done everything that he's probably wanted to do from a baseball perspective.
He's made so much money.
Made a bunch of money, won an MVP.
Legit the face of a franchise for years, and now you guys saw that standing ovation he got. He started crying, and I'm pretty sure he hit a double.
I cried.
Oh yeah, Pittsburgh means a lot to him, which is really cool because he spent his best years there.
Yeah,
and put that team back on the map.
He came up as a Pirate, he was a homegrown. It was a homegrown talent. So, if he has a great year this year, I hope he does not pull a Tom Brady. Yeah, I'll come back for one more. You have a good year, buddy. Just take it to the bank.
Right. Well, I'm going to go after the Pirates right now and say they should have never fucking let him go. They should have just
money for him, man.
Well, you know, I fucking hate when teams take away, like a Derek Carr, someone that, was the face of the franchise. They send him away and then they're like, oh, hey, you're fucking old, beat down. Hey, we're going to sign you back. Like, I hate that.
Out of that team that they had, the 3 or 4 year stretch,
yep,
they should have got rid of Polanco.
Yes, they should have.
Pedro Alvarez should have been thrown in the river.
Yep. Yes, trash.
Who else? Was it Gabby Sanchez? Was that his name?
Yeah.
That guy, I don't know where he came from, but no. Like, out of all those guys,
it's fucking depressing.
You out of those 4, you kept those 4 and you got rid of the icon in center field.
See, this is like kind of the reason why baseball is my attention span is just not long enough to pay attention for 160 games. But also, like, with no salary cap, to me, it's just like,
did Kutch ever get that mega deal that he was not expecting? He got 5 years, $60 million. That was the first deal from the Pirates,
right? And then he signed a 3-year, $50 million with the Phillies.
He went to the Phillies. Yep.
What did he get? What did he get with the Brewers?
I don't know. I can look it up.
I think it was a smaller deal, but he was still making out pretty goddamn good, I think.
Because he was coming off he got hurt with the Phillies. Because he was a Yankee for a hot second. Like,
a little bit. Yep, a little bit there. Mm-hmm.
He was a Giant, too. I think when he went to the Giants, he signed a decent deal, too.
Wow. Okay. I didn't
know. Pretty sure he went Pittsburgh, Giants, Yankees, Brewers, Phillies, Pirates.
Jesus Christ.
He bounced around for sure.
Oh,
shit. He signed a 1-year, $8.5 million deal with Milwaukee when he went there.
What about what are the rest of it? I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy's made some money.
Right.
What was his Giants deal? Because I feel like that was his first contract after that Pirates one. If I'm correct here.
I forgot he even went. No, I thought he went to. Didn't he go to Philly right after? Or no?
No, Philly was after. So he went Pirates, Giants, then he got traded midseason to the Yankees. Then he went to the Milwaukee, Phillies. Now he's a Pirate.
So he got traded to the Giants. He didn't sign with them, right?
No, I thought he got traded to the Yankees from the Giants.
Oh.
God, he's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, he actually has played a ton of years. You don't even realize it, but
makes you fucking feel old.
Long story, you're telling me. Long story short, definitely good to have him back in Pittsburgh.
Goddamn right.
Hopefully, I can come up to Pittsburgh at some point this summer and catch a game. I know I'll definitely go to the one when they play in Miami at Marlins Park. So, would love to make my way up.
Yeah, but I guess too, Josh, that one segment we had on here about stealing's up in the MLB right now. You being a pitcher, you want to touch on maybe why you think that's occurring? What the fuck's going on?
Obviously, the pitch clock has definitely played a role in that. And you only get 2 pickoff attempts per batter.
Oh, I did not realize this.
So, and you have the option to pick off a third time, but if you pick off that third time and don't get him out, it's a balk. He goes to second base. So it's really
check if that's on the show.
Yeah. So it's you're right now it's like playing chess and checkers kind of thing. Okay. I think the hitters and base runners have an advantage. Mm-hmm. But it's early still, like Eric said, 162 games is a lot of games.
Right.
Me being a pitcher, me being a left-handed pitcher, I'm staring right at him. It doesn't really affect me too much.
Right.
I can move quick. I can go quicker. I can slow things down. You do have 15 and 20 seconds, so it's all about if you can control your heart rate and control your own breathing. You should that 15 to 20 and that only 2 pickoff attempts shouldn't bother you.
The games are going a lot quicker too. It seems like.
I think they're down to 2 hours and like 35 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I think they cut like 30 minutes off of games, haven't they?
Yeah, it's like they've cut a lot, and then some games are. There was a game the other day that was 1 hour and 58 minutes.
I might start watching like full games now.
It's a little more intriguing.
But I could do a case of beer.
I'll tell you what, man. I play baseball.
A couple Jack and Cokes here and there.
I have not. It's not. I don't think it's because of the time. I mean, you can make the argument that 3 hours and 30 minutes are a long time, or 3 hours it's a long time to sit there and do nothing. I don't know if I don't think I can watch it for the sole fact of I play it. Still. I have this game on because we were talking about the betting odds and what the score was, but like, I don't know, man. It's just not the same. COVID screwed me. Put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched any baseball games yet this year, but in previous years, like when I have watched, there was. I mean, I like the idea of trying to shorten it up a little bit because like there's just so much downtime in between pitches and like batters always stepping out and things like that it's like, holy shit, just throw the ball. Like let's just
but that was the biggest argument. People are like, oh, they're trying to speed the game. I'm like, no, they're just cutting off the fat. They're cutting off the hitter getting out every pitch and doing the
dead time, like
the bullshit.
The dead time. The pitcher stepping off. They're limiting that to like 15 to 20 seconds. And if you can't figure out how to get somebody out in 15 or figure out what pitch you want to throw, come set and throw it in 20 seconds. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like little leaguers can do that shit. Why can't we?
And they do.
Yeah, they do.
They certainly do.
I do have to say this, and I'm going to call out all the ballparks there. PNC has the best nachos. Just going to throw that out there.
Timeout.
Best nachos.
Out of all that, fine. Nachos.
Yes.
They got Tostitos chips and hot cheese. Come on, man.
They got the jalapenos, and they also throw the meat on there. Pristine seasoning on that fucker.
Drew, out of all the food, out of all the
big nacho guy.
Out of all the shit that you can pick, how about that 8-pound bucket of crab fries that'll last you 3 weeks?
Well, that's also a good deal. I'm not going to lie. Hot dogs pretty well. I just kind of went a little, out of the norm there. A little nacho guy.
Nachos at the ballpark, a hot dog at the turn when you're playing golf. You just can't beat it. Just can't beat it.
Yeah, you can't. You might spill it.
I'm paying $50 for 3 beers and a hot dog and being the happiest camper in the world.
Goddamn right. Yeah. But is there anything else, fellas, you want to touch on here for the folks out there tonight?
I don't think so. I think it was good to be back with the boys. I haven't done an episode with the 3 boys in a while. So
it's been a goddamn minute.
The last time I was on was with Boz, and that was 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I don't think I was on before that.
Eric, let me tell you now, the women have been asking, where the fuck is Eric? Okay, it's been 2 months. Get Rick Sauce back on there. We need the sauce. We need some Rick Sauce.
I missed all them beautiful women. So
down there at the fucking hoochies at the tiki bar, and you got women on screen looking at you.
Side note, before we get going, I'll be out of commission this weekend. It's Tortuga down here in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on the repost from Mike.
I know, I love him so much.
Yeah,
I want to give just like him, Eric.
If you don't know what Tortuga is, it's a big country concert on the beach. So
minus Mike's done.
He's not country, but
that's why
Wiz Khalifa's there. Wiz Khalifa's there too. So, just don't try to reach me because it's probably not going to happen. I'm going to be in a different world. So,
oh God, well,
a different world. What are you on now, buddy?
Not because of that. Just in a different headspace. I'm going and having a good time. And
I need to call somebody.
Disconnecting a little bit. Come on,
Eric, buckle up a little bit. All right.
Time out. Is that a buckle up moment?
That was a buckle up moment right there. We like live footage, Eric. If you could, and we could put that on the fucking page.
Oh God.
There will be some videos. Don't get it twisted.
Also, I just want to give an announcement as well. I do have a timer for the countdown till draft night shindig. Just want to put that out there.
By the way, Drew, I'm going to turn you around. There's my whiteboard. Already started, baby.
Fucking Mel Kiper. He's ready to go.
Already started, baby. I already got my top running backs up there.
Everybody better fucking strap up because it's going to be electric as all hell. I can't wait. We're going to have multiple guests. Eric, I don't know if fuck it, we're still live. Eric, I was telling Josh we can fit 10 people on the screen. I'm going to limit it to 5, and we're going to set up a call setting, a setter. So you can call into the show. I'm going to fucking answer it and see what your question is. We're not going to have any derogatory shit on the show. I'm going to make that very clear because I can already think of some characters out there that want to throw some shit on here.
Hey, how about we put up some betting lines too?
We could. We could throw it around there.
We can make a little pot. See what we got.
I don't like to gamble, but I'd be intrigued with it.
Oh, you don't like to gamble?
Nah, it's not my thing.
I called 1-800-gamblers for you the other day.
Changed man.
Fuck. But
or what?
oh my God. But I want to just say thank you guys coming back here. It's been a goddamn honor and privilege to have you guys as co-host. Everybody's excited for Draft Night Shindig here. Mark your calendars, folks. It's April 27th, starting at 7:30 of coverage with Mel Kiper, Josh Mitchell there. Eric, I don't know what outfit he's going to go for, so it's going to be exciting as all hell.
Heat Nation. I'm going to wear my – well, yeah, it's a surprise.
Hey, don't forget, I'm a mixture of Kuiper and Belichick. I've got the cutoff sweatshirt.
Yes. But I want to say have a good day, have a good night. God bless. And this was another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Appreciate you, fellas.
See you, boys.
Hey, guys.